Hey guys, MCU Clutch here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Series Disney Plus Wave 5 Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure. Here we have the Talos figure from Secret Invasion, which was the most recent MCU Disney Plus series and most recent MCU release at all. And the show kind of sucked. I wasn't a big fan of it. A couple of episodes were really good, but the show just overall in general was pretty lackluster in my opinion and wasn't great. How are the figures? I think they're going to be okay. Talos so far is pretty good. I think Nick Fury is going to be a dud because of the big-ass jacket and the suited legs and things like that. But what's this actor's name? Ben Mendelsohn? This head sculpt is pretty damn good. But the neck and the head are all in one, so you just swap out the head and neck piece. That way, I always like a separate neck because it allows for a little bit more natural movement. But on this, it actually works pretty well. Even still, so that's pretty cool. I like the idea that you could swap it out and then the neck is not going to be an issue. And then we have interchangeable hands. So as you can see, I have one scroll hand, one human hand on there. They are basically the same hands, just, one set is green, one is, skin tone flesh color. But they're basically the same, so you don't have to worry about that. So decent figure. Nothing spectacular about it or anything like that, but it is a nice addition to get another MCU character, so I'm glad that we're getting, Talos and Nick Fury from Secret Invasion. Gravik would have been nice to add, but like with Gravik, what do, right? You'd have to do like a deluxe version to do different interchangeable parts to represent, what an MCU Super Skrull would look like, I guess. But anyway, enough of that. You can see the artwork on the package and everything like that. He is the second figure in the wave to build the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, so we're just going to go down in order. So next will be Nick Fury, Agatha Harkness, Goliath, Yelena Belova, and with Kingpin before we take a look at the Build-A-Figure side artwork there. Looks pretty good. Enough of that. So I got my figure from ToySnowman.com. They're a Canadian-based retailer. They had them. They shipped it out for me, so pretty awesome. Make sure to check them out. My referral link is in the video description below. So for first-time buyers, if you use that link and sign up for your account, you'll get a 5% off coupon code in your Frost Rewards. And Toy Snowman has all your action figure needs. So not just the Hasbro stuff, like the Classified Series, Legends, Black Series, Transformers, Power Rangers, all that. They have all that, of course, but they have all like import figures and other figures that you need. So like Joy Toy, Warhammer stuff, the DC Multiverse are getting back into that and having those available. So all kinds of stuff. So make sure to check out ToySnowman.com. Again, link in the video description below. So with that, let's get into it and take a closer look at Talos. And before I forget, which I actually did, I'm just having to add this video in here. Talos comes with one of the legs for the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure. I think this is going to be the right leg, or it could be the left leg. It is the right leg, yes. The right leg to the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, and this thing is going to look really good. Nice sculpted rivets in there. Looks like we got single-jointed elbows and single-jointed knees on this guy, but I think it's going to look really good, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot better than the previous Hydra Stomper figure that we got, because look, oh wait, there's a little wobble there. We'll see. Okay, so here we have the close-up look at the Ben Mendelsohn Talos. Ooh, what was his name? Damn, what was his human name that they gave him? He took over basically that S.H.I.E.L.D. operative, the person that he took over in Captain Marvel. Damn, I can't think of his name. It's escaping me. That's how much I didn't care about the show, by the way. I was super disappointed. But I think the likeness looks very good. I do not have a Director Krennic figure from Star Wars Black Series to be able to compare the two. I want to say that figure had two releases, right? One was a really bad look, but the other one was updated for the digital print, if I'm not mistaken. If not, that is, I don't know. You're not going to be able to use this head for it because, again, it pops out at the neck. So this is how you're able to do it. The neck is all one piece. So there is the Talos human, agent office. I don't remember. But here are the two heads. So this is how they look. So his true form, his own skin. This looks pretty good. I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. It could look like any generic Skrull, I think, also. And, it's too bad we don't have, more figures just do generic Skrulls. But here he is there, and that looks pretty good. I like the way it looks. The neck, again, it actually does allow for some decent movement in there, and it still can look natural. So that's actually not a bad way to go. Typically, I would like separate neck and head pieces, though, but you know what? that looks pretty good. Definitely makes for a very clean looking head sculpt. The paintwork on it looks pretty good as far as the coloring on his head and everything. Because the previous Talos figure that we had, as you can see, there is a crazy amount different between the two. So the green is different, the head size is very different, this one's definitely a nice upgrade from the previous Talos figure that we had. The paint work on it is definitely different. I don't think he had this much of that, colorization in the movie, in the Captain Marvel movie. So yeah, much better this go around. So I won't be able to swap heads. I know a lot of you guys like head swaps. I don't typically do head swaps too often. I don't really care for them, and a lot of times they don't make sense. Here it's impossible, so I can't do it anyway. But yeah, there we go. So looking at the hands again, one set is just green, one set is just regular skin tone color. The hands themselves are the exact same. Again, we just get the opposite of the colors there. They're just kind of open grip hands. One's a grip hand, one is just kind of an open hand there. But the jacket, the arms we've seen before. The jacket, I'd have to double check if the jacket's been used before. I want to say the torso is new because that neck, different neck design is going to be new. That's pretty good. The legs, I think these are like the Hawkeye ones. I'd have to double check, but they are pinless at the elbows and the knees, which is good. You got the big ass boots there. So not a whole lot special going on for it, but it does look pretty good. So let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation now. Okay, so the articulation again for the head, you can get in pretty natural movement, which is good. But the downfall is going to be he's not going to be able to look up really at all, and then looking down is not a whole lot. But, you can do full rotation in there, and you can do some pivot, which is nice. The shoulder, you can get to go straight on out like so. Full rotation in that shoulder. Upper bicep swivel. Double-jointed pinless elbow. Gives you that much bend there, which is really nice. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on all the hands all around. He does have an ab crunch in there, so he can crunch forward that much. Not a huge amount. He can go back. I mean, somewhat, the jacket does get in the way of that, unfortunately. You got a waist swivel there. And funny, with the waist swivel, it's actually under the belt, not like at the top of the belt. So that is different. We don't typically see that. We typically see the belt be part of that hip piece and not part of the torso. So that's just a little bit interesting, I would say. Legs go out that far apart there. He can kick forward only a little bit there. Leg doesn't go back at all. Actually, upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee, so you get that much bend there at the knee. No boot swivel, calf swivel, ankle swivel of any kind. Foot hinges down a little bit. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So there is Talos. Okay, so here we have the two Talos, so you can see them side by side. They're close to the same height. But you can see just this one's got super long legs compared, and then this much smaller head there. I'm much more like the newer one in the look of the scroll overall compared to this older one. So these scrolls are definitely a whole lot better. It's too bad we don't get any other scrolls, like Gaia would have been cool. Gravik definitely would have been, I think, a great choice to go with. Unfortunately, it looks like it's just going to be Talos, but not a bad addition to have. I think he was a very important part of Secret Invasion. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, please turn off now. 3, 2, 1. It sucked when he died. Like, he died heroically, saving the president. But it's just too bad. And then it's not kind of brought up again. You think there'd be like, oh, Agent Keller was his name. Was a scroll and he saved the president, but he doesn't get any kind of glory like that whatsoever, and it sucks. So too bad. Okay, so 2 figures so far in the wave that I have reviewed. First was the Warrior Gamora, and now the Talos figure. Nick Fury is going to be up next. So yeah, rounding out to be a pretty decent wave. Aside from the What If figures that I'm not typically the biggest fan of, Warrior Gamora is pretty cool. Goliath, I will admit, looks nice. Hydra Stomper is actually going to be kind of cool, I hope. But again, I don't typically I usually like all the live action stuff. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Talos figure? I think it's pretty cool. Ben Mendelsohn likeness is phenomenal. The Skrull likeness is really good as well. I think they came out fantastic. But you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on that. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you'd like to support the channel, hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective. And as always, thank you for watching.